I cry unto thee. Make haste unto me, give ears unto my voice when I cry unto thee. Let my prayer be set forth before thee as incense, and the lifting up of my hands as the evening sacrifice. Set a watch, O Yahweh, before my mouth. Keep the door of my lips. Incline not my heart to any evil thing, to practice wicked works with men that work iniquity. And let me not eat of their dainties. Let the righteous smite me, it shall be a kindness. Let him reprove me, it shall be an excellent oil, which shall not break my head. For yet my prayer also shall be in their calamities. When their judges are overthrown in stony places, they shall hear my words, for they are sweet. Our bones are scattered at the grave's mouth, when one cutteth and cleaveth wood upon the earth. But mine eyes are unto thee, O God, the I am. In thee is my trust. Leave not my soul destitute. Keep me from the snares which they have laid for me, and gins of the workers of iniquity. Let the wicked fall in their own nets, that I withal escape. Psalms chapter 141. Deliver me from the hands of evil spirits who have swayed the thoughts of men's hearts, and let them not lead me astray from thee, my God. Establish thou me and my seed, that we go not astray henceforth and forever. Jubilees chapter 12 and verse 20. Oh, yes. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Yes, you're walking with Mr. Clay. I'm Mr. Clay. Yes, and we just thank God for everything. We thank him how he's allowing the continent to come up in everything. But one thing we have to really imagine here in the U.S. and all over the world is that walk not with those who walk contrary to the law, statutes, commandments, and ordinances of the Most High. Yes, they are the measure by which God shall judge every nation. It is the and then you have those who say that King James was wicked. Who cares? The whole colonization peoples that have colonized different parts of the world were wicked. And yet they wrote the Bible, even those back in the days. Yet they wrote or translated the Bible. Who cares? There is no wickedness in loving your neighbor as yourself. There is no wickedness in loving God with all your heart, mind, and soul. There is no wickedness in thou shalt not commit adultery. There is no wickedness as thou shalt not desire or covet thy neighbor's things. There is no wickedness in not lying. There is no wickedness in not honoring your parents, your father and your mother, that your days may be long upon the earth. There is no wickedness in that. God can use anybody to get his word across or preserve what he has given forth to Israel or Judah, the sons of Jacob. He can preserve his word regardless. It's up to us as he leads us to him, whether we accept them or not. Many of you majoring and minoring in things that don't make no sense. Where's the wickedness in? Who cares about King James? Who cares about Wycliffe and any one of them? They were just vessels which God used to do things. If he can use Balaam to bless the children of the Most High, so can he use these people and all the wickedness that you think they have done. They can be whatever, walk out of their gender or whatever, it doesn't matter. God's word standeth sure. Yes, it does. But yet we're in the Second Chronicles, yes, in chapter 19 as you prepare. Yes, Second Chronicles and chapter 19. All praises to the Most High. You know, we're almost nearing the end of the book of Psalms. We'll be going into the book of Ecclesiastes, and then we're going to go into the apocryphal books of Ecclesiasticus, you know, those books that follow those books. Yes, that's what we're going to do. We're getting into all these things, and we're going to read along, and you walk with me. That's all I can say is walk with me. We're going to just bust this thing wide open, that we might prosper and profit from the word of the Most High. Yes, that we might have good success, and that studying these things, we might know not to do the evil that these people do, but yet practice that which God has commanded, that we see the result of those through historical accounts, that they have inherited even riches and wealth, and just a life of just receiving what they need throughout life, and not being subject to the wrath of the Most High. Yes. 2 Chronicles chapter 19. And we read about Jehoshaphat, how he wanted to run with the king of Israel, Ahab, and Ahab got himself shot with a stray bullet. A stray arrow. It's the same thing as a bullet, just don't have gunpowder. It's arm strength. But either way, Jehoshaphat got shot with an arrow, and Ahab got killed by a stray arrow. Now, we know you run with the wicked, you lay down with dogs, you're going to get up with fleas. And this is the lesson that Jehoshaphat had to learn. He wasn't supposed to run with Ahab. Ahab was a wicked king, including his wife, whom they called Jezebel. That she stirred up evil, using her husband's position and her husband's wealth. She stirred up evil because he could, it's not that he could not see no wrong. He did not confront her to make her accountable for what she did. Some righteous kings would have deleted her, period. You're not my wife no more. You don't follow God, period. Some have deleted their own mother, as we shall see. Now, verse 1. And Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, returned to his house in peace to Jerusalem. And Jehu, the son of Hanani, the seer, went out to meet him and said to King Jehosophat. Now this is Jehu, the sons of Hanani, the seer. Hanani was the seer. Thou shouldest help the ungodly. In other words, Jehoshaphat, you was trying to help the ungodly. Ahab is what he's saying. And love them that hate God. Look at what you're doing, Israel. You cannot love them that hate God. Some of them hate God and don't even know it. Of other so-called religions. We follow the government of God. We don't follow no religion. But they follow a religious regimen. See, now this is all done by design, even of God allowing these spirits to do such things because of Deuteronomy chapter 28. Now, let us continue. You can always go back to Deuteronomy and read the curses and the blessings. This applies as an individual, it applies as a family, and it applies as a city, a nationality, a people, a country, a continent. Yes, all this applies to that. And he says here, he says, nevertheless, there are good things found in thee, in that thou hast taken away the groves out of the land and hast prepared thine heart to seek God. Now God is he's finding some good things about him. This is just God's mercy. It's not his favor. It's not his grace. You have been bamboozled. The grace of God is earned. Just like your grace, your favor towards somebody, they have to earn it. The favor a man has toward his wife and his daughters and his sons, they have to earn that grace. Other than that, he has nothing but compassion and mercy. That's it. Now, Let us continue. And Jehoshaphat dwelt at Jerusalem. No, God is not a father. He's the creator. He created one time and told them to multiply after their kind. Now, what your mother, your father and your mother do and all that they eat and diseases they got, that's not God. That's them. They messed you up. Or the sins that they have done, the drugs they have taken and allowed to be pumped in you through vaccines and all manner of evil things that should not be. That's their folly that God will punish them for. And you, it still depends on whether you choose his commandments, statutes, and order. He doesn't have no mercy no more on the poor than he does the rich. No, he doesn't. There is no respect of persons with God. None. In verse 4, it says, Jehoshaphat dwelt at Jerusalem, Yasharal for many of us, and he went out again through the people from Beersheba to Mount Ephraim and brought them back unto the I am of their fathers. And he set judges in the land throughout all the fenced cities of Judah, city by city. He did as his father Asa did. He began to rebuild. And that's what we have to really think of. Rebuilding. How are we going to do this, God? How are we going to rebuild that which you've given us? Our mindset is wrong. The way we view things are wrong. We don't see your command. All we see is these idolary things, this Jesus and all these other things. We see evil. We've been brainwashed. We've been turned away backwards. We've been thrown into a matrix of idolatry. Yes, we have. To worship a man is idolatry. I don't care whether you call him Jesus, or whatever. Yahweh, Yahusha, whatever you want to call him. I don't care how you call him. But the fact is that you're worshiping a man. The woman is just as bad as the man, and the man is bad as the woman. Even Joseph, they show you what's going on here. The whole New Testament is about feminism. It's about feminism. You think about it. Everybody knows their part. Who does the Old Testament talk to mainly? The man. How to be wise, how to be a leader, how to be... But then you get into the New Testament. All they talk about is Mary. She was a Levite. She wasn't supposed to marry Joseph. No way. She's supposed to, first of all, she's supposed to give priority to another Levite. Try the book of Luke. According to that narrative, she was supposed to be of the daughters of Levi. Whether it was a group or a sorority or whatever you want to call it, they had to be of the birth or the lineage of Levi. Even her father, her cousin Elizabeth, and her husband were Levites. But yet, she married somebody from Judah. Levites not supposed to do that. They're supposed to stick within their own peoples. Now, let us continue. Moreover, he did set Levites in verse 8, and of the priests and of the chief of the fathers of Israel for the judgment of the I am, and for controversies which they returned to Jerusalem. That was to judge Israel was by right. It was by birthright. They had to learn the laws and all these things. These things were taught to them from children. And it best behooved all of Israel to learn the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High. Whether we can keep them or not. That way when we get to that point, or your children get to that point, that they may be used to those things. You have no business studying no Christmas and Halloween and all these other different pagan holidays and festivals. No. Your way is God's way, or at least supposed to be. And And he charged them, saying, thus shall ye do in fear of the I Am, faithfully, and with a complete heart. Perfect heart. See, this is where English gets you messed up when it says perfect. No flaw at all. You can have complete. Study the word perfect and its history, should I say. And learn it. Because there's so many words that we ignorantly think they mean such a thing, but then the meaning changes over time. They did not think back in that day the perfect meant without any flaw. It means complete. In other words, you did it with a heart, completely within your heart. You completed this. You did it faithfully with a perfect heart. It's just the way they talked. Now, what cause soever shall come to you of your brethren that dwell in your cities, between blood and blood, between law and commandment, statutes and judgments, ye shall even warn them that they trespass not against the I Am. In other words, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness against that. This is what he's talking about. So wrath come upon you and upon your brethren. Love your brethren or your neighbor as yourself. It's the same thing as he's saying here. And ye shall not trespass. And behold, Amariah, the chief priest, is over you in all matters of the I Am. And Zebediah, the son of Ishmael, the ruler of the house of Judah, for all of the king's matter, also the Levites shall be officers before you. Deal courageously, and the I Am shall be with the good. Now, Jehoshaphat, actually, he redeemed himself. Excuse me. Allergies. A lot of ragweed out there, but either way. But either way, Jehoshaphat began to do that which was right in the sight of the I Am. And he warned the people. See, you have to realize the commandments, statutes, and ordinances were the laws for the children of Jacob, which was a nation, a people, cities, municipalities. And the Levites were the ones that would lead them, not by, should I say, election. They were born into it. Doesn't matter whether if a leader is good, you can keep him for the rest of his life. Now, if his seed turns out wrong, even God will replace him. You can keep them if they're doing the right thing before the Most High and by the people. Even God did right by the people, and that they wanted a king. He knew what consequences they would have to pay, but he says, no, Samuel, they don't reject you, they reject me. And these are the things that they suffer apart from what they have done of themselves. And God looks toward the king or the leader of that people, country, nation, municipality, and cities to do what's right before him. And individually, if we do what's right before him, we will have peace.
Walk with me.